Let's get toasted with some toasted barrel strength Ryes. What do you think on it? Anyways, Michter's has been the standard and the king of toasted finishes since its first release in 2014 and its first rye release in 2017. But like all kings of the hill, there's bound to be somebody who challenges the throne. And today's challenger, K.Luke, toasted barrel strength rye batch number 2. So I'm going to let you know 2 things. First, if this K.Luke is actually worth your money and a delicious pour. Second, if it is a delicious pour, is it good enough to challenge this bad boy right here and take his throne? Well, let's find out. Oh yeah. Welcome to Whisk Me. My name is David. John Mastano, founder of K.Luke, has tasted over 1,600 barrels, picking single barrels as the owner of Mastano's Fine Wine and Spirits and now the master blender of K.Luke. As a sommelier, he was able to pick some fantastic single barrels and now makes some awesome blends, which resulted in K.Luke winning multiple awards in 2023, including finishing number 20 in Fred Minnick's Top 100 American Whiskeys, which is actually a huge honor. But finishing is a different challenge, and finishing in a toasted barrel is a whole nother level. Will K.Luke succeed? I'll let you know right now. So some of the stats on this bottle: it's aged, it's non-age dated, its proof is 116.8, mash bill undisclosed, but we know it's a blend of Ryes from Indiana, so most likely sourced from MGP, and finished in toasted barrel for about 4 months. It's important to note why the age in this mash bill is probably not disclosed. Its proof is probably only disclosed because it has to by law. John Mastano believes the flavor is the most important thing. Age, mash bill, all that stuff just goes out the window. When he picks a single barrel, he does it blind. When he picks a blend, he does it blind. He only knows what it is after he picks it. So he wants us to probably judge K.Luke just by its flavor. So he wants us to like or not like K.Luke based on what's inside the bottle and not what's outside the bottle, which is the age, the proof, all that stuff, which is great. But let's be honest, what's most important? Inside. Well, it's time to do what Jonathan wanted us to do. Open the bottle, taste it to see how much I like it. So enough talking, let's get drinking. Opening ceremonies. Oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna let this open up for a couple of minutes. I'll be right back. Before I fast forward through my experience, to get you the results faster, I'm gonna give you my first impressions. First, the nose. Ooh, wow, that's sweetness. All right, the palate. Wow, maybe this can challenge the Michters. I'll see you in about 5 seconds. Wow, that was a spicy experience. I'll let you know what that means. First, the nose. I got fruit right away. Raspberry, candied orange, just sweet fruit. And then I got more sweetness as I just took in more of the aroma. I actually put creme brulee, creamy vanilla, and toasted, pun intended, brown sugar, caramel. It was sweet fruit, sweet dessert, sweet goodness, and just wonderful aromas. I really, really liked it. And then I got to the palate, and what hit me right away is thick, gooey, warm Christmas spices. Cinnamon, nutmeg. That was perfectly baked on a sugar cookie. So it felt like a freshly baked, spiced with cinnamon sugar cookies. What the hell does that mean? Just fantastic goodness. So you get a lot of the spice from the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the spice on top. Then you get that cookie, sugar gooey goodness of a baked cookie, especially the thickness and the oiliness. It's actually really, really good. And then the finish was long, had a lingering spice going all the way down with sweet oak right at the end. Fun, spicy little experience. Time out, guys. If you're enjoying this content, please like and subscribe. It really does help me out. Also, I want to thank my YouTube members because they're supporting me emotionally and financially. Even though it's not that much, every little bit helps. Especially with inflation and the cost of whiskeys going up every day, I really need that help. My final experience score for K.Luke Toasted Barrel Strength Rye batch number 2, 7.8. It's a good pour. Now, the experience, I thought it would be a higher score too, But what took it down was on a second, third, fourth sip, these spices really took over. The cinnamon, the nutmeg, even the peppery spice. So a lot of the sweetness, the sugar cookie sweetness, and even the sweet oak kind of just got overwhelmed by the spice by the fourth sip. And so it's a really good rye whiskey, but I don't know where all that toasted went. And I think the nose set it up where I was expecting too much sweetness, or I was expecting some sweetness, and I really didn't get it after the second sip. So it's a good toasted rye. And will I finish this bottle? Yes. But is it a great rye? Probably not. So the other factors that go into the final rating, first, the allocation. So the allocation score for this is going to be a 3. It's really hard to find. And it might be because it's popular, but also it might be because it only had 833 bottles of the past 2. That's a low number of bottles. So, I mean, it's going to sell out quickly. And even if you wanted to back up, it's going to be hard to find a backup. So that makes it a really low allocation score. Style points, 6.5. It's going to be on the side shelf. So K.Luke, I'm a huge fan of K.Luke. I love their barrel strength bourbon blends. I had a taste of their toasted bourbon, which I really liked, and that's why I got this toasted rye. If you're a bourbon enthusiast, you probably know K.Luke because you're watching this video. But if you're a whiskey enthusiast, you probably don't know K.Luke. So it's going to be on the side shelf, but I am going to introduce and recommend this to anyone that comes over and says, hey, is there a good rye you want to try? I'll point to this one. So with all that combined, my final rating for K.Luke Toasted Barrel Strength Rye Batch Number 2. Well, you know, I really like the nose. I actually like the experience. Even though the score is a little bit lower than expected, I still really liked it. And let's be honest, it's really hard to experience toasted barrel strength rye. There's not that many. I know Palate has one, but it's not barrel strength. There's probably a couple of other ones that's really hard to find. Obviously, Michter's is really allocated and hard to find. So with that, I guess, you know, rarity of it, I really, you know, thought about back and forth. But because of the allocation of price, my final rating had to be a whole. Try before you buy. Now, obviously with batch 2 being 833 bottles, you're not going to be able to find a batch 2. But the reason I did this review is because batch 3 is supposed to come out really soon, June of 2024, in a couple of weeks. So even though it's a different batch, and so it might be different, better or worse than this batch, it's going to be pretty similar. I don't think Johnson's palate changed that much since late last year. So that's why I did this review. And personally, with tasting this batch, and at $120, I'm assuming for batch 3, I probably won't get it just because of the price point is really expensive. I mean, think about it. It's almost double the price of Jack Daniel's single barrel proof ryes. It's more expensive than old overhauled 10-year-old rye, which I like both better than this. So that would make it a little tough. And so, yeah. So for me, behold, try before you buy. And same thing with batch 3. I am not going to buy the batch 3 unless I have a pour of it and I really like it, then I'll buy it. But before that, I'm not going to buy it blindly like I did with this one. So the second part of the video, is this better than the Michter's Toasted Barrel Strength Rye? I'm going to save everyone's time. No, it's not. I'm just going to be honest. This, I mean, the K.Luke gets spicier as you taste it. This just gets sweeter as on the second, third, fourth, fifth sip. And so, no, this is my second bottle. And so I was actually going to open it and taste it and do all that good stuff. But I don't need to do that. This is still the king of toasted barrel strength ryes. Let me know in the comments, have you tried this K.Luke toasted barrel rye? If so, did you like it? Also, same thing with Michter's. Do you think it's still the king of toasted barrel strength ryes? Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.